Infinite FP to cast your most powerful spells. It sounds almost too good to be true, huh? Well, it's not. In today's video, we're going to be showing you how to power yourself up, get infinite FP, and become the most powerful sorcerer in Elden Ring. Now in today's video, we're going to be going over how to get an item that will be able to mix with your physic to be able to give you infinite FP for a short amount of time. And then we'll also be showing you how to boost your charged spells and get an item that boosts your spells by 35%. You're going to become an incredibly powerful sorcerer today. Now, if you're wondering what spell I was just using, it's called Comet Azer, and I do have another video that I'll leave linked in the description below if you do want to get that for yourself. And we'll also be showing how to get the Azures Glintstone Staff today. Now, one of the first things we're going to do is unlock the physic item that allows us to be able to have infinite FP. Now, to be able to do this, we're going to head up to the third area of the map towards the Volcanic Manor. And where we're going to go is to the Road of Iniquity. From here, all we need to do is just hop on our mount, and we're going to head down to this, dead Erd tree. And we're going to fight a particularly savage boss down here, but if we're watching some of the other videos on how to cheese things, this is really not going to be that difficult. You can use the Rotten Breath or the Fire's Deadly Sin wombo combos to just be able to destroy this thing, but as you get down to where this Erd tree would be, you're going to get this green smog or whatever it is, and the ulcerated tree spirit is going to spawn. And upon defeating this nasty little tree spirit, we're going to get the Laden Hard tier as well as the Cerulean Hidden tier. Now, if you go to Mix Your Wondrous Physic, you can check out what these do. The Laden Hard tier temporarily boosts your poise so you won't get stunned as easily, and then the Cerulean Hidden tier eliminates all FP consumption in Mixed Physic, which is pretty freaking good. Now next up, we're going to be getting an item that is going to be boosting your magic skills by 35%. And for this, we're going to need 2 Stone Sword keys. So I'm actually going to buy 2 of them from the isolated merchant's shack down here. If you're out of Stone Sword keys, this merchant does sell 3 of them, and you probably have plenty of runes if you've been following my previous guides. So we're just going to actually buy all 3 of these so I don't ever have to come back here. And then he's also got a Lost Ashes of War here. So if you want to duplicate one of your Ashes of War, you might as well pick one of those up while you're here. Now, once you have your 2 Stone Sword keys, we're going to head to this location on the map. The closest site of grace is at the Temple Quarter, but you can also run from any of these at the Boil Prawn Shack. You just got to run along here. You can come around, or I think you can actually run through right here. We're basically going to go into this little nook, and then down here is going to be this little imp that we can stick our first Stone Sword key into. As always, once inside, just pick up the Site of Grace, then we can continue through the cave. From the Site of Grace, we kind of just need to run right through here. You don't really have to fight anything if you don't want to, and that's traditionally the way I like to do things, because when I tend to fight things, I tend to die. So just follow around this path here, and we're going to run into a bunch of mages around here. We can run up the edge. There's actually going to be a Stone Sword key that you can get in one of these back rooms. Ow. But we're going to ignore all of that. And we're going to get a little bit lost until we can get, there we go, with the tunnel with the light right here. Dude just keeps blasting me. And then we're going to run through this door and right past these 2 dudes. That one mage up there has a giant hammer that he can slap you with, and he really likes to do it. God dang. And we just need to go into this boss room. I'm going to immediately cast my Mimic's tier if I can, if the game would let me, which it's not because I don't have enough HP. I'm going to cast the Mimic's tier, and then I'm going to start rolling so I don't die. Now, these 2 bosses, they're not too terrible depending on how you decide to fight them. Having a good summon with you is definitely going to help. And they are very weak to blunt attacks, so if you have a mace or anything like that, it's going to help you out with this fight. Now, once we defeat them, we will get the crystal release, but that's not exactly what we're here for. After defeating the boss, we can go onto this little lift in the back, which is going to take us up to the top of this tower. Once we're at the top, just run out and go around the edge of this until you can find the ladder right here and just climb all the way up. At the top, you're going to find a chest at the very edge. Open this bad boy up, and inside, we're going to find the Terra Magicus spell. Now, next up, we're going to get a medallion that boosts our charged spells, and you can get this at the Golden Lineage Evergoal here in the 3rd area. And the way you get it is just after the Grand Lift of Dectus. You gotta run around the back edge of this, and there's gonna be a way to jump down to a lower area. And you just kind of follow these little rocks down to be able to get into the actual Evergoal. And it's just up ahead here. Now, you will need a stone sword key to unlock this, and that's where the 2nd stone sword key comes in. And once you unlock it with the little imp here on the edge, you'll be able to enter the Evergoal to defeat the boss. Upon killing him, we're going to get Godfrey's Icon. This is going to allow us to drastically enhance our charged spells and skills. Now, if you don't have more than 3 memory slots to be able to store more spells, we're going to show you how to get an easy memory stone right here in the southern area. There is a tower that you can get. There's a Site of Grace right here, and just behind this Site of Grace is this little draft of wind that you can ride to get to the top of this. And then from here, we just need to get the spell down on this doorway to be able to get inside. Now, to be able to do this, we got to kill some turtle dudes that are roaming around this particular area. After reading this little book, it says to kill the 3 wish beasts, which are actually these poor little ghost turtles, and you just need to slap them to kill them, which is a little sad, but, you know, what we gotta do. The 2nd turtle will be right behind that little script that we read. There's going to be a bunch of wolves here as well, which we can actually ignore. So we've got 2 of them already. And then the 3rd one is actually right in here. It's invisible, but you can see where the splash is, and thankfully there's always these little notes that show everything, and now the seal is opened. All we have to do is just go inside of this and run up the little ladder that's here, and at the very top is going to be a chest with a memory stone in it. Now, this next piece is optional, but if you have defeated the red doggo here in the debate parlor, then you can continue to get Azures Staff, which is insanely good. It sucks up more FP when you use skills, but it drastically increases the speed at which you can cast spells. And since we now have a flask that allows us to have infinite FP, it doesn't really matter. And it's a really, really good staff. So you just gotta follow this path that we're going through right now to kind of unlock this little secret. Oh my God, getting blasted. This little secret area that we have to kind of do hardcore parkour along all of the roofs to be able to get to this secret staff. So it's going to take a little bit of a time to get here, but just kind of run along this path and you can avoid fighting pretty much everything except for these dudes, because they're going to try and murder you as you run up the ladder here. So you will have to kill these 2, and then you should be fine. Once you kill those annoying dudes, you can head up the ladder. Once at the top of this ladder, you can choose to kill the things up here, and the flying bird things are going to swoop down and try and murder your face. Or you can just run right by. If you just roll the whole time, you should be able to run right by. And then we're just going to jump down onto this roof. We're actually just kind of following all these things. When I first went here, I didn't play online, so I didn't have all of these little alerts to show me where to go. It's quite nice. Once down here, we're just gonna get onto this roof, jump down onto this one. We're gonna run right past this dude onto the level just below it, where, ooh, don't roll off the edge. And we can jump down to here, roll past this dude, and then we need to get into this window right here. Now from here, all we need to do is walk along these beams and hopefully not die. And we need to actually land onto this little chandelier to pick up the Academy Glintstone key. from this wonderful chandelier. We just need to hop down and prepare thyself for combat. There's like 2 or 3 dudes that we can kill along here. And just gonna stabby stab stab. And we are almost there. There's one more dude right around this corner. Don't let him jump scare you. Murder his face. Then all we've got to do is murder this guy at the end of the hallway, which hopefully shouldn't be too bad. Once you kill him, this giant mass of faces and crystals has the Azures Glintstone Staff. Now that we have these 3 things, we're going to cast the spell that increases our damage by 35%, and then we're going to switch over to Comet Azer, use the Flask of Wondrous Physic, and then we can just blast. You can hold this for a very long time and do just absolutely astronomical amounts of damage to a boss. It's kind of ridiculous. There's also another Ash of War that you can get that can boost your damage even more. It's called the Royal Knight's Resolve, and you can get it inside of the Volcano Manor. I will have another video actually going over this and how you can pair it with various things, but unfortunately I'm getting ready to travel right now, and I have to wake up in 5 hours for a flight, but I really do hope you all enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.